Alright guys, we are back with the East Carolina Pirates Dynasty here. We got week 14 coming up, and we're going to preview this. We're going to take a look at some team news, and we're also going to look at the recruiting board. We're going to do some game planning. We're also going to look at our stats so far this year, see how we came to this point in the season and see who's performed, who's not performed, kind of thing. And then we'll look at some stories coming around the nation. It is rivalry week, so there should be some good games here. That's usually around Thanksgiving time. So this will be the Thursday, Friday, Saturday of week 14. Let's take a look at our recruiting board first, and we are going to scout some guys that we had already signed this year. So we'll see if we got some gems, we'll see if we got some busts. Really hoping for this program that we got some gems. Alright, so we're going to take probably the guy that we're furthest away from. Oh, forgot to say. Looks like Bo Herring signed with SMU. This should be very interesting because now we get to play SMU, so we're going to remember this. We're going to remember if we see Mr. Herring on the field, we're going to take advantage of that. Okay, so we can't take points off of that. Can't take points off of him. We're only 30 away, and oh no, they visit Arizona State this week. Let's see where we're at here. 73% locked. I went up plus 635 this past week. That's nice. So they're gonna get a visit though this week, so that's gonna help them out tremendously. All right. So we need to take off. How many guys are we going to be scouting here? Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signees. So we got to scout 5 guys. So we need to take off 250 points combined. Jared Nelson, I think we can take some points off. So we're going to drop him down to 400. Anthony Prince, we can't. Brandon Potts, we can. We'll drop him down to 450. Brandon Butler, we can't. Lance Goodwin, we can't. We're in a battle. We gotta leave those at 500. So we'll take the rest off Jared Nelson. That gives us 200. We'll drop him down to 325 and him to 425. Alright, so now we got what we need to scout. So here is a moment of truth, boys. Let's go to scouting. Alright, so right now he's a 62 overall. We're going to go. I have my recruiting board here in Excel. And we're going to note if he's a gem or a bust. We're going to start with Zach Hill. So 62 he started. Nope. Okay. This, I'm going to make sure is the right color. Okay. So Zach Hill, we're going to scout 100% for 50 points. So 62. What did we sign? 64. Okay. We like that. We got speed 76, strength 71, acceleration 91. So that's nice. It'll be a little faster linebacker for us. I can work with this guy. I'll be honest with you. I think he was a 4-star? No, 2-star. That's not bad. I'll take that. We can take a 2-point jump. All right. So that's Sack Hill. So that's good. I like that party. Okay. Now, Sean Burnett. He's a D end. He starts at 64. So we can see if we're going to have some guys that we can work into this defensive rotation next year. We'll just have to see how this is going to go. So let's scout him. Ooh, drop down 1. So after scouting him, power moves were down, tackles down, play recognition's down, hit power's up though. Overall, he's not horrible. Speed 75 for a D end. That's not too bad. So basically, he was what we thought he was when we recruited him. Okay. So he's a 63. We don't have a lot of 70s out there yet. Marcus Cannon, 58 overall. I'm really hoping this guy is a gem. Because if he goes up to like 66, somewhere around there, that'd be awesome. But we'll see. So DeMarcus, tight end. He's the first guy we added to our recruiting board. See what he is. 53. That's a bust. Oh, bust. Figures. 58. Started off. That's depressing. But, you know, a lot of people can change once they get in the camp. You just gotta see. Gotta see what their mentality is. See how hard they're gonna work. Can't label him yet. It is disappointing though. His route running's down. Speed only 61. I mean, I'm thinking he's got to be more of a blocking guy, but we could move him into a fullback situation, maybe on the goal line. All right, Lamar Swain. Now this guy starts 71. Now he's a junior college guy, but if we can get him for 2 years, I don't hate it. He can help this team because I mean, you know, we got a lot of holes to fill coming up. All right, so scout 71 started off 75. See, now that's what I'm talking about right there. Lamar Swain. Some of these JUCO guys, you know, you just never know. So he'll be a 75 starter, 2-star guy, but good. He's got decent speed. He's got good jumping, good acceleration. Pursuit is up. Zone coverage is up. 86. That's not bad at all. He's going to be able to fit in pretty nicely because we're going to need a guy there. We're losing our top 2 cornerbacks to graduation, so we definitely like to see that. And our last guy, Anthony Stanford, 65 overall to start. This guy was a 4-star linebacker, I think. Yep, 4-star linebacker at Decatur, Georgia. He committed. No one was really interested in him. Were they right to not be interested in him, or did we find a gem? Let's see. Nope. He's down 2. Not horrible, but we'll still take him. He's got the pedigree. He was a 4-star guy. Okay. So those are our guys. We just scouted. We got that done. We took off a little points of a couple of the guys to get that scouting done, but we can add it back next week. So no more additions or subtractions to the board, really. I think we'll be done to the end of the season, and where we can really allocate some points. So, all right, so that's our recruiting, where we're at. Not too bad. A little disappointed with DeMarcus Cannon, but it's okay. We'll work with him. We'll try to get him on a good off-season program, see if we can't turn him around. And we are pleased to say there's no suspensions again this week. Huge. All we have left is the bowl game, so hopefully people just behave after this regular season game is over. We do, however, have another person that is getting in trouble academically. Demetrius Monty, obviously, he's trying to put in extra work in the classroom, but right now it's just not working out for him. And he was worried about this coming into college because he's thinking, is this really for me? Do I like this organized kind of learning setup? But he wants to play football, so I explained to him, I can't do one and not the other. So we're gonna try to do it, but it's just it's tough. And now Brian Gagg, our freshman quarterback, is also struggling academically. So we'll see. We have a bye week obviously next week, so they should be able to spend that extra time getting ready for finals week, and hopefully they're not ineligible come next season, but we'll see. So we have take a look at let's go coach info. I want to pregame for the last game of the season, UConn here first, and then we'll take a look at stats. So Randy Edsall, he's on the hot seat. He's 6-29, 2 years at UConn. That doesn't make sense. Or this will be his third year, 6-29. So not doing very well. First to top 25, he's 1-34 overall. Now, he's a good coach. It's just they don't have a lot of recruiting grounds here, and in real life they're actually getting out of the American. So he runs a multiple offense, and defensive playbook is a 3-4. So we just gotta pay attention to that. So he'll have see what their linebackers are like. Now, this team is not doing very well this year, but we're not going to treat them any differently. We are not. And I'm not sure what they do normally. CP no huddle style normal. So I guess they go no huddle. I don't remember them doing that though. So I'm going to put them at conservative. I don't think UConn is a no-huddle team, but at least they're not going to be in this dynasty because I can make the decisions. So, all right. So that's it. So multiple offense. We're going to see a lot of different looks, and we're also going to see a 3-4 defense. So let's take a look at their depth chart, see where they're at. Like I said, I'm not taking them for granted because we need to get to 7-5. That should hopefully ensure us a bowl bid, but you just never know. All right, so let's take a look at the depth chart. Injury report, I did want to note, we have, unfortunately, Warren Sava now will be coming out of the concussion protocol, but Daniel Charles is added to it, so he won't be on the field this week. He's our starting strong safety. He suffered a mild concussion last week and did not pass the test, so now Nolan Johnson will be starting, which is fine. Him and Hassan Gibson, the freshman, will be out there on the field. So we'll make do with it. Devondre Robinson, we might even work Jaren Rainey maybe in there. That's a strong safety spot. I do like him. We got a couple freshmen there we can work around with, so we can see what's available out there. But let's get back to UConn and their game plan towards the end here, so that should be easy to find. Are they under Connecticut? You would be. Why would they put it under that? Whatever. Okay. So Mike Boudry, QB number 9, overall 72. Not very good. His awareness is only 67. So I think we can mess with him on defense. Throwing power 80, throwing actually 78. So we are going to disguise a lot of blitzes. We're going to move a lot of guys around on defense and make him work for it because I don't think he's very good. Halfback. They're probably going to run it a lot. One of their halfbacks is injured. So they have a true junior here, Kevin Mensah, who's an impact player. So we got to watch out for him. His speed, not too great. He is pretty agile, though. So we'll focus on the running game so far. They don't really utilize a fullback. Okay, Mason Donaldson. So their wide receivers are pretty much middle of the road here. No one real speedy, no one really worried about. So I'm going to press them for sure. We're going to mix up our coverages, and we're going to try to get in this quarterback's head because his awareness is not very good. So I don't really have any fear there. In tight end, once again, nothing much going on there. They're not very good. Offensive line now, Matt Pert is pretty good. Ooh, most of their offensive line is decent, except for their center, not very good. Okay, so their offensive line is pretty good. So basically, we just want to confuse coverages. We're probably not going to do a lot of blitzing. If we do, it's going to be a gap pressure. We're going to go right up the middle there, and we're going to try to get to that quarterback. Now, defensively, they're on a 3-4, so this does not look very promising for them. Defensive tackle, so their defensive line is not very good. So I think we can finally have an advantage there. I think we can establish the run this time. So those two outside linebackers. But once again, we're going up to their house, so they're probably going to play a little better than they normally play. It's a big game for us coming up there. Cornerback, I'm not very afraid of them either. Free safeties, nothing much going on. Strong safeties, not much going on. That's their best player is their strong safety. So overall, defensively, I think we can basically do whatever we want to do. I think we're going to try to definitely establish a run and then work off some play action passes to try to get some big chunk plays out there. So that's our main game plan defensively on them. Overall, they're not a very good team. We know that. But we also know that we can't underestimate any opponent. It's our last game of the year. We are bowl eligible, but we are not in a bowl yet. So we don't know if we're going to be there. So that's our game plan there for UCF. Or UConn. I just saw UCF there. So top stories. Here we go. Alabama. They beat Florida in that big win. So number 6, number 7, they won. So that's huge for them. Florida's pretty much going to be knocked out unless they play Alabama again in the SEC championship, which I'm not sure. We'll have to take a look at that. Texas A&M, LSU. LSU won that one. A lot of SEC news here, I see. And Missouri looks like they upended Auburn. Look at that big game here. Rivalry game, Florida State, Florida this weekend. Number 13 versus number 10. It's a great game. That's what's great about Thanksgiving weekend. You got NFL on Thursday, and then Friday you can settle in. You can watch some of these great college games out there. Friday and Saturday. It's just a great weekend to be involved in. Then we got Michigan, Ohio State. And that's a big one. Wow, number 7 versus number 4. Ooh, look at this one. Virginia can play the upset. That'll make the playoff very interesting. There'll be a lot of one-loss teams out there. And a couple other Pac-12 news that wasn't really too crazy. So let's go look at when we play UConn. Okay, so we play them at a 3:30 game on Saturday. East Carolina, Connecticut. Ooh, Texas has got Texas Tech in a rivalry game. Let's go to the top 25 games right now. The Texas and Texas Tech rivalry game. That's huge. Texas needs to win that one. Virginia Tech, another rivalry game that has playoff implications. Virginia's not doing too bad either. Rice at Oklahoma, it's nothing. Michigan State in Minnesota, nothing really crazy going on there. North Texas, number 22 at Marshall. Conference USA game, that's the big boy right there, 1 o'clock game. A lot of these are day games here. Texas Tech is a Thursday night game. That'd be nice to enjoy some Thanksgiving leftovers and watch that game. Wyoming at Utah State. Florida State at Florida, we already talked about that one. Auburn, Alabama, that's a big one. Iron Bowl. They both need that. That could make it also very interesting with the 2-loss team. Would a 2-loss team ever make the playoff? I don't know. We'll have to see what the voters think. Washington State, the Apple Cup, Tulsa, Cincinnati. There we go. There's an American game. Cincinnati looks like they got a stranglehold on this conference. Clemson, South Carolina. Notre Dame, Stanford. Colorado, Utah. Arizona State, Oregon State, the Civil War. Okay. And then the American, let's just check out what's going on there. East Carolina, Connecticut, we know. A couple Friday games, SMU, Houston. Ooh, the Battle of Florida, USF, UCF, both tied. Exactly, overall and in the conference. SMU, Houston. I think SMU, that could be a big game. This might determine who plays in the conference championship there. Navy, Tulane, Memphis, Temple, Tulsa, Cincinnati. I'm going to check that out, but I think that's what it's going to be. Let's see. We're going to go to conference standings. Let's see who's battling for the American. I'm pretty sure Cincinnati's got this one locked up. Okay. So they got one game left. They got the American East locked up, so they've punched their ticket. But who's going in the West? Looks like it's going to be SMU. So overall, Houston 7-4, but in conference 6-2. So there's only one game left. So it is definitely going to be SMU, Cincinnati conference championship. That's big. Maybe that's why Bo Herring wanted to side with them. Let's take a look at the Heisman, see where we're at. CJ Verdell has stayed at the top there. Harrion, who took over for the injured Swift, moved up there too. Najee Harris for Bama, ETN for Clemson, and Deshaun McCleese for Virginia Tech. So all halfbacks out there. How much? Let's see his whole total stats. 1,403 rushing yards. How many TDs? 16. Yards after first hit, 225. He's broken tackles, 19. He did have a fumble though. Overall 88. So you never know who can win a Heisman. We'll see if he stays there, but okay. Award finalists, we already looked at that last time. Players of the week. All right, so let's go and let's just check out our season stats. See where we're at. Okay, so Brian Gagg has an overall better rating. He only threw 2 passes though, so let's see Holton. 124.4 rating, 225 at 384. Almost 2,800 yards, 18 touchdowns, 21 picks. That is murderous, Holton. We gotta get that down. You get that down by half, that's probably an extra win or two. 58% completion percentage. Sacked 31 times. Okay, rushing. Hussein has definitely been the main back, especially with Darius out. About almost 400 yards. Monty about 236. Trace Christian, he averaged 7.7 yards a carry. We got to get him more involved. TDs 5, 2, 3, 2. Receiving. DeAndre Ferrier, 41 catches. Blake Pearl, 38. So we definitely spread it out around there. Blake Pearl leads in receiving yards and touchdowns. It's only a sophomore. We got DeAndre as a senior. He's going to finish with probably around, I'd say, close to 600 yards receiving. It's not bad. We definitely like to spread it around, though. We like to give everyone some love here. I remember Josiah Hatfield was solid in the beginning of the year, but then we even got the senior, a couple catches here. Watley has a touchdown. Okay. Blocking. Who gave up the most sacks? Deontay Smith, our best left tackle. It's a lot of it has to do with being overall, though. You know, as a group. Defensively, who leads in tackles? Xavier Smith, 64 tackles here. Solo, 54, assisted tackles, 10. 13 TFLs for him, 2 sacks. Devondre Robinson. Daniel Charles is injured this week. Aaron Ramsey, Warren Sava. This is who my man is right here. I like him. He's my favorite player on this defense, I think. It's nice to see Xavier leads in tackles. You know, that's what a middle linebacker should do. Who leads in INTs? Mike Witherspoon. Yeah, we don't have many, though. I'd like to get more turnovers there. All right, so kicking. Verity, once again, like I said, struggling. 14 to 22, only 63%. He's a junior, though, so we'll have him back for another year. Hopefully he gets a little better. John Young, like I said, I can't complain much about him. Only punts inside the 20 at 7. 7 out of 24. That's a pretty good percentage. Kick return. We got Hickman, Snead, Hatfield. Hatfield's got that touchdown. He averages 30.2. I like our kick return game. Jamel Hickman will be coming back as a freshman. They're all freshmen that are returners. It takes a lot of guts to do that, but I do like it. Jamel Hickman's definitely been better than Tyler Snead there, so we're definitely going to keep it that way. So that's a look at our stats this year. I think that's going to basically do it for this episode. So we got our UConn game plan in. We're going to get ready for that. We got one more game left. I can't believe it's already the end of the season. It's been flying by here. So we'll see you next time. We're going to take on UConn, and we're going to get ready for hopefully our upcoming bowl game and then the off season. Now the off season episode is going to be a little longer, but I love that kind of stuff, so hopefully you love it too. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.